Before time began, before the stars found their places in the night, before the oceans learned to breathe, there was only eternity. A realm of endless glory, where light never dimmed, where harmony moved like wind, and where the throne of the Ancient One shone with unapproachable brilliance. Around him were countless angels, beings of fire, beauty, and purpose, each created to serve, to worship, and to rejoice in the perfection of heaven. Among them was one unlike any other, Lucifer, the morning star, the masterpiece of creation, crowned in gemstones, robed in radiance, and gifted with a voice that could make the foundations of heaven tremble with joy. When he walked through the courts of heaven, the angels paused. When he sang, galaxies responded. When he spoke, even the rivers of paradise seemed to listen. Lucifer was beauty. Lucifer was brilliance. Lucifer was trusted. But admiration, when mixed with pride, becomes a seed of destruction. One silent moment changed everything. Lucifer stood before the sea of glass, watching his reflection shimmer like living fire. For the first time in his existence, he wondered why the throne behind him wasn't his. Why should only one rule? Why should he, the most glorious of all created beings, bow forever? Why should eternity revolve around a throne he could never touch? A voice whispered in the hidden places of his heart. A voice born from pride and shaped by envy. You deserve more. You deserve the throne. He didn't answer, but he didn't reject the thought either. And that silence was the first crack in heaven. Lucifer began to observe the angels differently. He noticed their admiration, their respect, their love, and slowly he began to turn that admiration into influence. Quietly, carefully, he spoke of freedom, of destiny, of power suppressed by obedience. He spread ideas like seeds, ideas that flattered the heart but poisoned the soul. One by one, angels began to believe him. Some admired his charisma, some feared disappointing him. Some simply loved him too much to question him. And among the heavenly host, a shadow began to grow. Michael, commander of heaven's armies, saw it. Gabriel, keeper of secrets, sensed it. But neither acted until the throne called for judgment. In a moment that shook the heavens, the Almighty summoned his highest officers. Michael appeared in armor of living light. Gabriel arrived with scrolls burning with prophecy. Raphael stood with healing in his wings. But when Lucifer entered, the courts dimmed, as though heaven itself sensed the storm inside him. The voice of the Ancient One thundered, "Lucifer, pride is found in you. A shadow grows beneath your wings. Explain yourself." Lucifer stepped forward with a calm that was almost chilling. "My lord, I have served you flawlessly. If others admire me, is that a crime? If angels are inspired by me, is that rebellion? But the throne cannot be deceived. Your heart has lifted itself above your purpose. Turn back." For a brief moment, sorrow crossed Lucifer's face, but it was swallowed by anger. "For ages I have sung before your throne," he said softly. "I have adorned your courts with beauty. I have led your praise. Yet I remain nothing but a servant?" Michael's hand went to his sword. "Lucifer, stop! You speak treason." Lucifer smiled. "Or truth." He turned from the throne, the first being in all eternity to ever do so. And heaven felt the weight of that choice. Lucifer withdrew into his domain, and rebellion became open. He gathered the angels he had influenced. Warriors, musicians, guardians, messengers, countless multitudes. He told them the throne suppressed their destiny. He promised power, authority, freedom. He declared heaven unjust. He claimed that worship should be shared, not centered. And the angels, deceived by charm, blinded by admiration, followed him. 1/3 of the heavenly host aligned themselves with the morning star, and Lucifer no longer hid his desire. "Why should one rule?" he cried. "Why should eternity bow to a throne that refuses to share its glory? Rise with me, let us claim heaven. Let us sit upon the mount of the congregation. Let us ascend higher than the Most High." The heavens trembled, the universe shook, and the war that had never existed began. Lucifer led his army with blazing pride, wings spread like a storm, eyes burning like fallen suns. His followers shrieked in fury and excitement. Power swelled around them like a rising tide. Across the great expanse, Michael appeared, calm, resolute, with sorrow in his eyes and fire in his sword. The loyal angels rallied behind him, a host of pure light. Lucifer pointed his blade at Michael. "Today, brother, we decide who truly deserves heaven." Michael raised his sword. sadness filling his voice. No, Lucifer. Today heaven decides who truly belongs to it. And with a roar that split eternity, Lucifer charged. The collision of their blades exploded like supernovas. The shockwaves tore through celestial realms. Stars flickered, foundations cracked. Angels were thrown like sparks into the cosmic sea. The battlefield became a storm of light and shadow, lightning, flame, thunder, and the cries of beings older than the universe. Lucifer fought with the fury of pride betrayed. Michael fought with the strength of truth unwavering. At moments it seemed Lucifer would win. His strategies were brilliant, his ambition unstoppable. His charisma ignited his followers with terrifying zeal. But pride blinds its master. With a single divine surge, Michael struck Lucifer's blade and shattered it. The morning star staggered, his wings torn, his radiance dimming. He tried to rise, but Michael seized him by the throat, fire burning through his fingers. "You were perfection," Michael whispered. "But you chose your throne over your purpose." Lucifer screamed, his voice shaking worlds. "I will return! I will rise above the stars! I will—" But prophecy had already spoken. Michael hurled him downward with a cry that thundered across eternity. "You are fallen!" Lucifer tore through the realms like a flaming comet, dragging his rebel angels with him. They plunged into the abyss, wings burning, glory dying, beauty twisting into darkness. Heaven shook with sorrow and relief. The morning star hit the void with a sound like a world breaking. He rose slowly, trembling, no longer radiant, no longer beautiful, no longer anointed. He rose as something new, something corrupted by pride, twisted by rebellion, hardened by hate. The accuser, the destroyer, the serpent, the dragon. He rose as Satan, and from that darkness he swore one eternal oath. "If I cannot rule heaven, I will ruin creation." And so began the long war, a war fought not with swords alone, but with deception, temptation, prophecy, and destiny. A war that stretches from Eden to the final trumpet. A war that ends not with Satan's victory, but with his destruction. For heaven proclaimed, the Lamb will triumph. The serpent's head will be crushed, and the fallen star will burn forever. The war is not over. The story is still unfolding. The end is already written, and the victory belongs to the one who sits on the throne forever. Like and subscribe for more heavenly stories like this. God bless you and your family.